Hello wonderful viewers, welcome to my channel, welcome back if this is your first time here. I am Sara the Cedar Moon Witch. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbors mowing their lawn, but it's lawn mowing season, so I am here, let me bring it up, with the mid-year tarot tag, because it's June already, and it's the middle of June already. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna blink and it's gonna be December. Anyway, let me see how many. There are 13 prompts. And the first one is a deck you've used the most so far in 2025. And it's no surprise, the Angel Affirmations cards by Red Madonna. This is I've shown this deck quite a lot on my channel, but this is a deck that I use every day. In the morning, sometimes I can't pull a big tarot spread, you know. I have a morning tarot spread that I like to use. Sometimes I just can't get to it, but I always pull one card from this deck while I am having coffee, and is something I have done every day so far this year. So that is the Angel Affirmations cards by Red Madonna. Cheap, easy to find, mass market deck. So first prompt, down. I don't know where to put my stuff. Haha, excuse me. The second prompt, a new deck that came into your collection. Well, I have a few of those I could choose. A new deck that came into my collection would be. I feel like I just showed this deck. But I'm gonna go with it anyway. This is the Witch Sisters Tarot. This is mass market Llewellyn deck. It had like its major thing last year, I think, when it first came out. I tend to avoid trends. I try to avoid trends. So I'm maybe a little fashionably late, but this is a new deck to my collection, and one that I really enjoy using. I wasn't sure because it's just faces. I have a thing about faces, but it's gorgeous, and I love that the creator, the artist here, she knows how to paint. She's really good at the human figure. And all of its stages and ages too. So, see, like, I think that's beautiful. Sometimes drawing age can be difficult. But I love this deck. I know, I shouldn't be doing like a whole flip through here, but, oh, I love it so much. I'm gonna leave it there. Beautiful. Beautiful new deck to my collection. I don't have a bag for it yet, so it just stays out on my bookshelf. Okay, so that was the second look at us. A deck that could be better. I know for a fact that I showcased this in, what was it? The Show Us Your Decks tag. But this is The Whispers of Time Tarot by Sonia Kulniak, put out by Lo Scarabeo. And this deck is just It's just, I had high hopes, dear viewer, that this was gonna be my vibe, but it's just, this deck could be a lot better. It doesn't say anywhere that this is an AI deck. And I don't necessarily have anything against AI decks, or decks, or AI in general. I believe that it is just a tool. And, you know, like, it's just a tool that you can use. And I don't know. I have AI decks that don't feel this cold. I have AI decks that don't feel this lifeless. But this deck, in my opinion, just, it feels cold. It feels mechanical. There is no soul, I guess. I don't know. I believe that energy is always being transferred. And I believe that an artist literally puts their soul, puts their essence into their decks, into their creations. And that's why we vibe with some decks more than others, because each one has its own unique energy, just like every person has their own unique energy. But this deck just doesn't have that. Like, I don't know, dear viewer, if you can understand, if you can relate to that. Maybe you can't. Maybe you look at this and you think that it's cool and awesome. I thought it was cool and awesome too. But getting it in my hands is just, it's dead. And it's not even like a living thing that's dead. It's just death that is death. I don't know. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Just feels very lifeless and very cold. Yeah, I don't know. Like, none of the figures are even like the Nine of Cups. He just doesn't seem like a Nine of Cups dude. I don't know. I had high hopes for this deck, and I just think that it could be a whole lot better. I am sorry, Sonia. I am sorry, Lo Scarabeo. I am sorry to anyone who has this deck and loves it and just thinks that I am insane. But that is my take on the Whispers of Time Tarot. It could be better. Let me see. A deck I'm currently using. A deck I'm currently using. I'm shameless self-promotion here. I am currently using Oracle of the Living Spell by me. I made this deck. I made it. It's mine. All mine. And is currently up for pre-order. Those are the backs. That's the nice, very high class gilding. It's on BGM casino quality linen with a black core. And a light gloss finish. It's a lot to remember, I'm sorry. And this is a deck that I'm currently using, right? Is that that was the prompt? Yeah, a deck I'm currently using is my own deck, Oracle of the Living Spell. Guidebooks should be here on the 17th. And then shipping can begin. So if you have pre-ordered, thank you so much. Patience, the guidebooks will be here next week. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, there's a link in the description box. You can pre-order. You can be one of the first people to hold this wonderful deck in your hands. I love it very much. I poured heart and soul into this, and I am super proud of it. So, yes, a deck I'm currently using, we'll leave it there on the giggle, is Oracle of the Living Spell by me. Stay tuned a little bit later. I'll probably have another official post, video post about the Oracle. But for now, prompt number 5 is the biggest surprise so far of the year. The biggest surprise of the year. I don't know. Was this year? I think this was this year. Sassy Dragon's Tarot by Peggy Pepez, supervised by Lisa Pepez. When I backed this on Kickstarter, I knew that I was going to love it. But I was just unaware of how much I was going to love it. It's cute, it's adorable, and just the personality of this deck, I love it. It's an easy reader, a simple grab and go. It has a blurb underneath, which is fine, but sometimes I don't even pay attention to the blurb because the cards are just so expressive and so chatty. And like, I think Lisa Pepez said in one of her videos, she said something about how Peggy is an extrovert, and like we could hear her chatting in the background. And it was just so cute. It was so funny. And that's this deck. This deck is an extrovert. This deck is chatty. It's not afraid to tell it like it is, but it does so, and is so stinking cute. So how can you be mad at it? I love this deck. So while I knew that I was going to love this deck, I was honestly surprised by how much I love this deck. Even that Ten of Swords. Well, at least it can't get any worse. I mean, oh, I love it. This is an amazing deck. And I was truly surprised by it. So, Sassy Dragons. Let me see. What is the next prompt? A deck crush. A deck crush. A deck that I have a crush on. Well, I'm gonna bring it out. Folkloric Forest Tarot by Lennox Reese. I follow them on the Instagram, and I saw all the posts of this deck, and I loved it. I had a crush on it before it was even a public thing. And I still do. This deck is just so my vibe. I love the images. I love the paintings that that she used to create the deck. And I just love it. It's so grounded. It's the Folkloric Forest Tarot, so it's earthy, it's grounded, and it's just beautiful in a really classy sort of way. I love this deck. I love that for the Maiden or the Empress. That's beautiful, that's gorgeous, and it conveys the Empress so well, I think. The Ace of Water. Like this, I just think it's beautiful. The Queen of Fire. I love that for the Eight of Water. So yeah, this is a definite deck crush. I was pairing it a lot with Oracle of the Living Spell. And the two of them just speak so well together. But even as a standalone, just a standalone reader, I love it so much. The Six of Water. I love that. That's beautiful. So, yes. Folkloric Forest Tarot. Deck Crush. Gonna leave it there on the Six of Earth. I love that. Beautiful cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Okay, so, what is the next prompt? A favorite single tarot card from a deck. A favorite single tarot card from a deck. Again, I feel like I just answered this question in the Show Us Your Decks tag. I know I just answered that in the Show Us Your Decks tag. So do I'll be back. Okay, so I hate to answer the same question with the same deck, but in all honesty, my favorite card of any tarot deck is from the Next World Tarot by Christy C. Rode. Let me see. Is it... Oh, yep. See? Oh, look at that cover. I love that. It's beautiful. This deck doesn't get nearly the attention it deserves. That is my favorite card from any tarot deck ever. The Lovers. I love that card. I just love that card so much. A lot of my favorite cards are from this deck. The Next World Tarot, this deck is one of those that if I don't use it in a while, this deck will call to me. I've had this deck since it came out. It's one of my favorite decks ever. If I could only have one tarot deck forever, it would be this deck. I love this deck. And I love this card. Still my favorite. Okay. The next, a deck that makes me happy. Well, I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbors with their loud music at 9 in the morning, but a deck that makes me happy. I found the deck that makes me happy. This is the Blooming Lovelies Oracle by Zeppelin Moon. And this deck it's very quirky. These are the backs. It's indie. It's such a quirky deck. And it's just, you know, like, objectively not even, like, fine art, I suppose. But I love it so much for what it is. And it just brings a lot of levity and a lot of joy when I pull from this deck. And it goes with so much, like, it really does. Absolutely bloody lovely, indeed. If at first you don't succeed, check your flaps with a little bat. I just love it. It's a fun deck. It makes me smile. Oh, you once were wild too. I really, really love this. This deck makes me happy. Natural born badass. We'll leave it there. Because the bear has a frog. So, a deck that makes me happy. The Blooming Lovelies. Let me see here. What is next? A great guidebook. A deck that has a great guidebook. Well, I have to move things around. Okay. Deck with a great guidebook is The Mysteries of the Red Madonna. No, that's The Mysteries of Mary. I mean, look. Oh no, snap. Look at how thick that is. The book is basically a tome of information. And like it's a lifetime's worth of gnosis. Also, I love a bibliography. I love a bibliography. I love being able to see what the creator, where the creator got their information. You know, like where they double checked, where they triple checked, what they read, how a certain piece of information came to the forefront. Best guidebook, definitely, from the Mysteries of the Red Madonna Mary Magdalene deck. I don't know. Should I show you some of the cards? I reckon I will, since it is a tarot channel. And also just because I want to go through and show you this gorgeous deck. Amazing red gilding, beautiful red backs, and like each card is a shadow box that the creator turned into altars with. So it is beautiful and gorgeous, and when you pull a card, like you get your intuitive hit, right? But then when you go to the guidebook, I showed you the guidebook, like, and honestly, to really get the full scope of the deck, I highly suggest the guidebook, especially because of it is a pricier deck, but it's worth it just for all the information you get. It's like taking a college level course in spirituality. So, yes. Mysteries of the Red Madonna Mary Magdalene tarot deck. By Hetty Ann Grobler. Here we go. Oh no, snap. There, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let me see. Then next, no, that's not what I want. The next prompt. What deck do you want by the end of the year or are still waiting on? Well, I don't have it here, obviously, but it's my friend Fire, the companion deck to the Gentle Tarot. I backed that on Kickstarter. I am eagerly and anxiously awaiting its arrival. Okay. Which deck hasn't been used yet, but you want to work with this year? Well, sorry, dear viewer, I had to go find it. Glyph, Sacred Symbols Oracle. I've used it a few times. This is an indie deck also. I've used this deck a few times, but I got it for a specific purpose, and like, you know, life comes in, and sometimes you can't always get to the practice you want to when you want to. But I have used this in spreads, and it's gorgeous. It reads beautifully. I just haven't used it enough, and I haven't used it for the purpose I got it, so it's like, that's still something I hope to get to sometime this year. I can't believe it's already June. That's just crazy. So I hope, I really want to get to using this deck for its practice at some point this year. Glyph, Sacred Symbols. The next, a favorite video I have made or seen. Well, my favorite video that I have made was the 3 readings, 3 decks, 1 reading. I thought that was interesting to see how the deck influences the reading. And I've asked multiple decks the same question before, but like pulled cards from each one. I've done that before, and that's also really interesting. It's like getting a group opinion, you know. But to pull, you know, a reading with the same cards from 3 decks and see how it varies, that was really interesting. I liked that video. I thought I did good. And the last prompt number 13, pull a card for the next 6 months, or pick a card whose energy you want to bring into the next 6 months. Okay, well, I'm gonna pull a card from the Mysteries of the Red Madonna for the next 6 months. Because I feel like this is kind of a big question, and I want kind of a big answer, right? So, pulling a card for the energy of the next 6 months. Yeah, draw a card for the next 6 months. Dear viewer, I believe that asking the right question when you go into a tarot reading makes all the difference. So there's a little bit of tarot wisdom for you. Okay, so a card for the next 6 months. For me, for you, For Little Boy Blue, pull a card for the next 6 months. Ooh, the Chariot. Holy heckins. Holy heckins, yeah. I think the Chariot is a wonderful card for the next 6 months. Focus, determination, willpower, charging ahead with confidence, knowing that you can be successful in all that you set your mind to. I love it. Perfect card. Not going to get into the guidebook, dear viewers, but there. The Chariot for the next 6 months. I want to thank you so much, dear viewer, for being here. If you made it to the end of this video, bless you. It means the world to me. Leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know. I like to chit-chat. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things that help a small channel grow. And I'll see you next time. Bye.